This just in. It's time for HotMakes. This just in. It's time for HotMakes. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to HotMakes right here on the Edge of Tech, where we aim to educate and entertain the maker community. I'm newscaster Jim. This is the Pooch. I think that's the Pooch. Ladies and gentlemen, me. Pooch, how you doing?
I'm Pooch. I'm a little bit pissed. I'm going to say it. Jim. I'm a little bit upset. I'm going to save it, though. I'm going to channel that energy for the rant later. I brought visual aids today. But all in all, it's been a good week. A lot of stuff done. So much exciting stuff out on the Twitter sphere that we're going to share with you guys today. I can't wait for you guys to see. Obviously, we got Devin from Make Anything. Everybody heard of that guy before? That's huge. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to try to just repress my rage and focus on the good. Harness the good energy. Block the bad. Harness the good. Right. Block the bad. Good. Carousel. Good. Round. Okay.
I love it.
Let's do this.
Well, welcome to HotMakes right here on the Edge of Tech. Like I said, we aim to educate and entertain the maker community, and how you get to be featured on the show, which is the namesake of the show, is called HotMakes. What you got to do is hit Twitter, hopefully soon to be Instagram. We've been saying that for a long time, but we're fighting their app.
I'm tired of hearing it.
Interesting. But all you got to do is hashtag us with HotMakes on the Twitters, and we will find you. And, we've been getting a ton of these every week, and we're trying to feature as many as we can, but we'll find you and we'll try to get you on the show, and we can't wait to see your stuff. And that's how you get on. Anything else? Did I miss something? No,
that's it. I mean, I love how you led in with and how you get to be featured on the show. And I was thinking as a guest, I'm like, all you have to do is just start a successful YouTube channel, have, tens of thousands of subscribers and all that stuff. And we'll hit you up, and, our people will talk to your people, and then maybe we'll make something happen. That's how we did it with Devin. So, that's all you got to do, right?
Breaking news. We have people. I just heard we had people right now.
What? Who?
I said, I just heard we had people. I mean, there's breaking news. We have people. They're going to talk to someone else's people. Geary, we have Geary in the background. He's the one that does all our bidding.
Where is he? Hey, Geary, how you doing today? What's he doing?
I'm here. I'm
here.
Not a cat. Not a cat.
Still not a cat.
Still not a cat. All right.
Still not a cat.
That's good.
Well, welcome.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what, let's jump right into it, because I don't want to make Devin hang out in the background too much.
We do have nice refreshments in the green room, though, so hopefully he's enjoying his time in the green room.
Yeah, it's Margarita Mondays in the green room.
That's right.
So, hopefully
you never know.
You never know what Devin we're going to get with the Margarita Mondays. But first, before we go any further, don't forget, today we're going to give away a $50 Amazon gift card, courtesy of Thangs. Every week we've been doing this, but today all you got to do is hit the description below. In the video has a link. Pretty soon, Nightbot, there it is. We'll start showing you a link, and I made sure it was correct this week, which is great. And we can also grab that link and throw it in the chat too, just in case anyone doesn't see it.
That's right. Enter. We love Thangs.
Yeah, you have to enter to win. If you don't enter, you can't win. It can be anywhere in the world as long as Amazon delivers to you. Also,
but you gotta be present to win.
You gotta be. So, with that being said, we have a feature model of the week from Thangs, and with that, I believe we have to do the torture toaster. You guys saw it last week. It was a exclusive right here on HotMakes. The torture toaster from Clockspring is our feature model. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Look at
it's
that.
a masterpiece. It's one of its finest works. Also practical, amazing work. And it seems like it's proving a little harder than some people were anticipating. What do you think?
I think so. So, you know, what's interesting is that we've seen some really nice ones now, but we saw a lot of failures too. And I think next week we're actually going to do the contest we talked about last week, because getting the really big ones printed. Let's see. I'll zoom in on myself real quick just for a second. Something like this, that is 225%. You might have saw it on my viral TikTok post if you're a TikToker.
He's a super big deal with the millennials now, this Nerdy J.
Yeah.
Millennials love toasters, as we've discovered, right?
Yeah.
And torture, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so. 263,000 people have watched the TikTok so far, and growing. But the difference is, let's see if we can bring my full screen back up there. See that? I mean, that's
how scaling works. Look at that. Yeah, so that's
225%. So there's one in the wild that's bigger, and we're actually going to see a little bit later. But we're going to do a contest next week, which will be the biggest one, the smallest one.
Mine's a wee one.
Oh, just a little guy. One.
Well, it's like little Melba toasts, you know? You remember Melba toast?
I do. It's like that. It's just a little guy, right? I mean,
it's just a little guy.
But remember, we're going to do the biggest, the littlest, and the nicest, and we're going to judge those next week. When the 3D printing nerds with us next week. So we're going to do it with Joel, and we're going to have a ton of fun with that. But
wait, how's that going to work? Because I don't watch Joel's videos. So if he's on, does that mean I can't be here? How does that work?
That's a good question.
I guess we'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll just turn around. I'll do the whole stream like this.
You know what we'll do is we'll make you an icon like we do Gary.
Okay.
It'll be your pooch rant hair. You know, all you'll see, all you'll see. Let's see. All you'll see is this.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Like, there you go.
Get under the eyebrows there.
I love that. But yeah, so submit them by going to Twitter, throw your picture out there with the hashtag of HotMakes, and we'll get your Clockspring pictures and we'll start posting them next week. Speaking of that, hey Pooch.
Yeah.
Got something for you. Caleb, hit it.
Was it a surprise?
I've been 3D printing for years, and it still just seems like magic. It's just such an awesome opportunity to just create and explore things. It's a toaster.
This is the Clockspring HotMakes Torture Toaster.
I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen anything like it. I don't know if another toaster out there.
About 3D printing. I mean, where would you possibly do something like this otherwise?
Okay. That was awesome. That was the best promotion for like a free 3D printable torture test I've ever seen, man. I love it.
Yes.
A solid surprise.
So I filmed
it had fog machines, it had lighting, it had
yeah.
trance music, I think. I don't know what that was, maybe trip hop. I don't know. Anyway, it was awesome.
Let us know what you thought in the chat of the new Torture Toaster promotion video. I filmed Saturday, and Caleb, he busted it putting that together with a lot of footage and breaking it down to 1 minute. And at the end, I love the toaster sitting there, and the fog is just rolling off it. That's actual fog. You didn't add that in, and
that's actual fog. We waited for there to be fog,
not fake fog. I love it.
Who just said that was the shark jump? Somebody said, was like, that's it right there. We totally jumped the shark right here.
But yeah, we had some fun with that.
Was that the good shark jump? Anyway.
Well, I tell you what, we have a guest this week, and I think we should bring him in right after that. Why not?
That's a tough act to follow. We'll see what he does.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of his videos, and that was nothing compared to him. So there's that. But I tell you what, I'm super pumped for this. I know you're super pumped for this. And I mean, everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen, meet Devin from Make Anything. How are you?
What's up, guys?
Oh,
No fog machine here.
by.
I was hoping to like quickly throw together some cool lights and get some fog going after that, but
I love it. I have to point out real quick before we get going, Steven the Lightspeed changed his name to Torture Toaster Victim.
I see that
in the chat. Yeah, I love it. And so good. So everybody say hey to Devin. How are you?
hey guys, how's it going?
for those of our audience out there that don't know who you are, first of all, shame on them. But second of all, why don't you give us a quick rundown? Give us the elevator pitch on who Devin is, what Make Anything is, where they can find you, why we should care. Go.
My name's Devin. I've printed something before. I'm known to 3D print a thing every now and then. No, I've been running Make Anything on YouTube and as a website for about 5 years now, which is crazy to think. And basically, I've been putting out videos related to all things 3D printing, art and design, whatever I can come up with as a way to inspire, educate, and entertain the masses.
Very concise. I like that. Torture Toaster Victim Stephen says that you're a legend. Is that true? Can you verify that?
I think there's some rule against self-aggrandizing myself. Yeah.
No, it's allowed. We're very braggadocious here on HotMakes. So it's
okay.
Yeah, give yourself a little pat on the back. I'd say pat on the back. You deserved it after all the work you've put into the channel. I'm a big fan. I know Jim's a big fan. We love your stuff.
Yes.
We're really excited to dive in on what the latest is. But before we get into that, I gotta show you guys something, and I'm hoping Gary can maybe pull up a link. When I first met Devin, it was a couple of years ago now. I want to say it was probably 3 years ago down in at Matter Hackers.
Oh yeah.
And he was dressed like a human Bop It. You guys remember the Bop It? The game Twist It, pull it, tap it, pull it. Yeah, so that's what it was. So Gary, pull up that link and let's embarrass Devin a little bit if we can. What do you think? Is he there? Did we lose Gary?
I'm pretty sure Jim had the link pulled up, didn't he?
Way to pass the buck. That's not the right one.
No,
that's for my rant later.
Ah!
Hold on, I can share it. You want me to do that? We're having technical difficulties apparently.
I can also just stand up and dance if that's necessary.
Why don't you just stand up and pretend you're a Bop It, Devin? How about that?
Why don't you come down here and make me then?
Here,
You get the
let's
gist.
do this. Let's do this.
Oh, that's so good.
We're gonna do
It's so good. Love it.
application window.
Steven
I got
says
it.
he's
I
totally
got it.
throwing his bra at you right now, though, Devin. He's right at his screen.
Here it is. Here it is. This you guys have to have the visual aid because this is just really cool.
Yes.
I love that.
You're not going to claim this video, are you?
Oh, definitely.
Should I go? Look, should I just skip to the good part?
Nowadays. Yeah, go halfway through, I think.
I mean,
But
we
you
love
did that
watching
for
you play
half of a
Bop It,
video?
but-
No.
Oh my gosh, there's so many ads.
Regular Bop It. Don't skip the ads, by the way. I need those.
Yes. Don't skip the ads, you said. Oh, so good. So good.
Oh my gosh, this is just such a great glimpse into how your mind works, or I don't know. I got such a kick out of this.
Definitely.
Everybody that was down there did. I don't know if you're just inviting people to just give you a bop or a twist or whatever, but if you're a friendly guy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's half my income nowadays. I advertise human Bop It on Craigslist. People
You show
can
up
buy.
to
So instead of a clown,
weddings.
I love that. Instead of a
That's
clown,
the worst job ever.
he actually in his days off from that, he wears the suit while he twirls signs on the corner. So he like spins them and like.
because that's exactly what you want, is to go touch one of those human directional people. Those are what they're called. They're called human directionals. We've brought it down
what's
to
crazy is, since I did that, I think just last year, the inventor of Bop It got on TikTok and started making videos, and he highlighted my thing, and it's kind of really surreal that the guy who invented it saw me dancing
That's
in
awesome.
a giant
So
humanized
cool.
version of his invention.
Oh, gosh. That's awesome.
I just want to put your mind to ease. It was already said in the chat that how could you get any more embarrassed? You're already on this show. So, I mean, there you go.
You're low, really.
Well,
Thanks
I
for that.
filed the copyright strike, so
Yeah.
I don't think many people will see it.
I love it. Oh,
Hold on. I got to skip a couple more ads over here on Devin's channel. All right. There we go. So
I love it.
that was how, that's how I first met you. But obviously you've done a ton of stuff since then. We were talking ahead of time. You've been getting into laser. You obviously done a lot of 3D printing. Your big current claim to fame is Tippy tree, which we're going to get into in a second. And you've been lasering and all kinds of other stuff.
Oh, yeah,
but man, I mean, how is it that you decide are you just like pulling inspiration from the ether? Does it just find you and you're like, I got to make a video about this? Or are you Mr. I got to get organized, I got to write down all my ideas, and then you just knock them out one at a time? How does it work?
There have been times in my life where I am like that, and I go one thing through another. Right now, I'm in my exploratory phase where I'm kind of doing a million different projects at the same time. But the awesome thing about my job is I'm basically just trying to share my excitement about things, so I get to do whatever is exciting to me at the time. So right now I am kind of just doing what I call productive procrastination, where I jump from one thing I should be doing to another really cool project that will eventually hopefully be on the channel. But I'm doing a lot of different little projects right now and seeing what comes of them.
Right on. How many in progress things would you say you got going right now?
Well, I have a what's it called? Zen kit list of probably 50 to 100 things I could be doing. But I'm here.
You're having a good time. You're living the dream. That's what it's all about, right?
I love it.
Very
So,
much
so for people who haven't been following you forever, what started your channel? What started you in 3D printing and all that? Where'd it come from?
Take us to the beginning.
I mean, I can go to the very beginning because honestly, it goes so far back to when I was a little kid. I was already tearing apart all my toys just to see what happens on the inside instead of actually playing with them. Whenever my dad was throwing out an inkjet printer, I was going to tear it down or whatever. I was raised with my parents encouraging art and creativity. In high school, I went to an arts school. That's where I learned about product design, which just blew my mind. Wait a minute, every single object around you has to be formed and decisions are made about how anything looks. So that made me realize that I don't have to be a totally crazy inventor trapped in my garage, although that's kind of exactly what I am now. But I decided to study product design, because that was just super enticing to me. One of my teachers was an alum from Art Center College in Pasadena. I got their pamphlet. I loved the stuff they made. So I went there, learned product design, and that's where I got my hands on a 3D printer for the first time, because we were prototyping our own products that we had to come up with. And printing things through the school was pretty expensive. I don't know.
Really?
I wouldn't say it's super expensive, but you're paying per cubic inch. And that's when I started looking into printers, and I decided I'm just going to buy one, and that way I'm at least learning how to use it versus paying someone to do it for me. So I got the MakerBot Replicator 2 when it was still $2,000. It was a huge investment for me at the time. And, but I started, the first project that we did was when I was learning SolidWorks in school. We had to deconstruct an RC car and give it a new new frame or whatever. And I ended up doing a lot of the printing for my fellow students to try to pay off the printer that way. So, you know, knock $1 off the school's price and I've got business.
Undercut the school. I like it.
Yeah, and that's how I got kicked out.
And that's when I flunked out of art school.
And that
So,
started a
did you
YouTube
finish?
channel.
I did graduate, but yeah, it's crazy because Make Anything as a channel was kind of, I think I did it my last like semester break before my graduating semester. I had no intention of doing really much of anything with it, but it was a very productive time in my life. So somehow on the first episode, I already had a logo and a theme song. I'm trying to channel that Devin again, but yeah, after like, I kept doing it because it was fun, and I got really lucky that my video number 16 ended up on the front page of Reddit, and that let me keep doing it.
That's
and
it.
yeah, so that was before I graduated, and if that wasn't the case, I probably would have ended up with a normal job. So
have you been doing the channel like ever since? Like, have you had other jobs in between or any of that stuff, or have you been full time with this from the inception?
After graduation, yeah, I was pretty much going hard on Make Anything. Wow. And that was also leading to freelance jobs. My sister worked at an interior design firm, so I got jobs outsourced from her firm. And like, so I gotta say, I've worked my butt off, but there was also a lot of luck involved, and that seems to often be the case. But the harder you work, the more opportunities you have for luck to do its thing, I guess.
Well, I'm a firm believer in, you know, we kind of make our own luck. So you set yourself up for success, obviously, by, you know, laying a good groundwork. So that's awesome. That's great.
100% true.
You know, one of the things I love about multiple things I love about your channel, but one of the things that you say a lot is, you know, 3D printing is like kind of your go-to tool for prototyping. You just love what it does for enabling just pretty much anybody to kind of bring a prototype for you like to say like democratizing manufacturing and stuff like that. And so it's obviously that's near and dear to you. And you know, it seems like you've touched on some other tech and stuff in here. Are there other tools that you're, you know, excited to use or maybe looking forward to in the future? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, 3D printing is like a cheat code for making things because it's like so powerful. And once you learn the few constraints and you figure out how to work around them, like sure, you got to split a model sometimes, but you can make anything, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely like, I did a numbers project recently, which was all CNC woodwork. And that brought me back to like the college days. And I remembered that I'm pretty allergic to sawdust and I feel really miserable after a day of working with wood. So, but I do want to get back into it. I have masks now. I've got plenty of masks laying around, so that's covered.
That's and you've done some laser cutting too recently as well. So you know, you get
right. So the laser cutter is something I've totally wanted to do for a long time, but it's quite a step up in terms of like the costs of a laser cutter. Although I mean, I know there's the cheaper devices, but you know, nowadays I wait to see like what next cool thing gets offered to me because that's the YouTube life, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I love it. So
step up and, sorry, go ahead, Jim. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I saw, you know, recently you put out the video about your Make Block Laser Box Pro, and I did a video not too long ago, if I could talk it today, but I mean I think the machine is great. I love that it comes with a filter and everything. I know we both had our fun with the software, we'll call it. But overall, do you like it?
Yeah, the laser itself has been awesome. I mean, there were definitely some weird quirks starting out. I tried to document all of it in that video.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's I think the longest video I've like edited together.
Oh, wow.
Besides just like long running videos, but that thing started out over an hour long and it took something out of me. But anyways, I'm back.
No, that's great.
No, yeah, the software, yeah, that's definitely one of the things holding it back. And that seems to be the case with so many of these like tech products. CNCs and the engravers and even 3D printers too. It's so silly sometimes how like, oh, you can't even get the click wheel to move one item per click and stuff like that. But yeah, it's where creativity comes in, and you have to learn how to work around all that stuff and make it work. And I've been able
when
to
it's
with
working, but when it's working, it's so much fun to laser and laser engrave and all the.
I definitely feel like that's a new power I've unlocked, and I can't wait to combine that with 3D printing and just doing stuff.
Yeah,
whatever comes up.
So one of my other favorite things about your channel is actually like how comfortable, how at ease, how fluid you are, how conversant you are. And I'm sure it wasn't always that way, but I just love the way, like, so for example, in the background, I see one of the things that you've done to allow people, your patrons, to help support you is your little pixel project, right? Where you were doing the 3D pen, and I love just watching you in real time. Well, I mean, you fast forward, but you narrated over like the requests, for your little pixel tiles. And it was so neat. And you're actually like pretty good. Like those pens are not easy to work with, man. I don't know how.
I feel bad. I feel like I mislead people sometimes because they get really excited seeing what I do, and then they get a 3D pen and it just starts like pooping out plastic. It's definitely something you got to learn to use. But like I said, I went to art school, so I was doing visual art long before I was near all this technology. Yeah, so that's a kind of a cool way to bring them together.
Yeah, that shows. That's cool. That's a good way to get back to your roots. Good way for people to feel like they can see, the support they've given your channel and all that stuff. And obviously it gives you content. So that's a win-win-win all around, eh?
Right. Yeah, it's also a really awesome way for younger people to get into 3D printing. I know a lot of people through my channel started by getting a 3D pen because that's what they were able to get from Santa. And by now, who knows, they've probably built their own 3D printers or managed to get them.
Got to get your start somewhere for sure.
Speaking of starting somewhere, Tippy Tree, come on.
Yes.
I mean, let's start with what it is, but it's so awesome. You made the giant one recently, and that was super cool to see. And
planning to go gianter also.
More gianter. I love it.
Gianter, yeah, gianterist. But during that video, you said you dropped one and it shattered.
Yeah.
Are they hollow? Like, do you print them with low?
No, so those ones were printed with the polyalchemy elixir. So it's a silk filament, and I think the silk kind of interferes with the strength a bit. But also I made them pretty chunky, and that made them so massive that when they do hit the ground, there's like a lot of kinetic energy there waiting to go.
Potential energy turned kinetic. Yeah.
Right.
So for those of those watching that may not be familiar, what is Tippy Tree?
Yeah. Sure. So Tippy Tree is a game that I came up with. I think I developed it maybe like 5 years ago before Make Anything as a channel, actually, just before I started Make Anything. And I've got a little tiny version here. I don't know how well it explains the game. I've got my Tiki Tree, which is kind of a tangent, but yeah, I had a whole competition where people got to design special trees. But the main part of the game is the leaf here, which is this really awkward shape that is a bit confusing to people at first, but the more you play around with it, you realize that it can connect to itself in so many different orientations. So I didn't know how to, like, I'm not an amazing math guy, so I wish I could somehow crunch numbers to get the exact number of like total variations, but I literally sat down and tried out all the different connections, and I got over 60 different like discrete ways to connect these two leaves together. And so that's just super exciting. And okay, yeah, the whole game, stack it up and don't let it fall over. It's Jenga for the 21st century, I guess you could say.
That's a really good way to put it. And a lot of times you need that elevator pitch to sell people. So you mentioned you do have a background in product design. Is this actually kind of your first product you've designed that you've taken to market, or have you done other stuff?
I guess it depends on what you consider taken to market, because this also, like, I was originally planning, like, when I was playing around with it in college, the idea was that I was going to license it maybe to a game company. But then I realized I designed it pretty intentionally to be a 3D printed thing and to work really well 3D printed. And as I started converting it into like a real injection molded product, I realized you'd be losing things. Like even the layer lines add that little bit of grippiness that lets you lock the leaves in certain positions and stuff. So it's worked so well like that I've started going more the way of allowing people to get 3D printed Tippy trees, either by printing it themselves or by having another company print on demand. And that's something I've just started delving into, which is pretty exciting for me.
Yeah,
that was
for
my
sure.
next question.
I think that's a good way to do it. Go ahead, Jim.
Where you can get it. You buy the files. I know you can order it, but all those things. What can we do to get this in our hands?
Yes. So right now you can go to tippytree.com. So it's Tippy with an I, TIPPI tree.com, and that'll slowly redirect you to my website, makeanything.design. And there you can find, that's where you can find links to both the STL files, which you can buy on My Mini Factory. So I've sold a few things through My Mini Factory, but this is my first time like trying to put together a real complete product. I'm offering it with the manual and everything that you can print out or watch through your phone. So there's that, print it out yourself, which of course is the number one way to do it, in my opinion. But now I've also partnered up with angled.io, which is basically a print farm in Idaho. They've got dozens of printers as far as I know. And they reached out to me and had a pretty good offer where they take care of the printing on demand. They'll ship it to your doorstep. I get my commission. You get your Tippy tree. It's pretty exciting.
That's fantastic. And I love that it obviously supports the industry and other companies, and it takes the burden of, because one of the things I think a lot of people burn out on and I love talking about 3D printing as it applies to like making a business and whatnot, but a lot of the things that people get stuck on are the logistics of actually like taking it to market, packaging, getting UPC code, like just like little things that you don't really think of. And it's nice that you've found a good partner that can kind of take a lot of that load off and lets you do what you want to do, which I would assume is be the creator and, and come up with new product ideas and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So as I was like looking into different ways to turn Tippy Tree into like a product, most of those avenues lead to me doing a lot less of what I like to do. So yeah, exactly like you said, is a pretty good deal. And the next thing I'm trying to arrange is I want a system where small creators like Etsy shops can license my design way more easily, because I've had so many people reach out and be like, hey, I want to sell Tippy Tree. Yeah. But it gets really hairy, like legally, to do that. But I'm hoping I can put together like I think like a pay per sale license or something that might be interesting. Something I'm working on.
I want to jump in and thank Tripod's Garage for the $5 first frosty beverage on me. Also to see the dancing penguins on Nerdy J's face. I apologize. I forgot the penguins today. I left them, in the pool in the back, but can you
make a penguin with your hands, like puppetry for us, please?
You can do this.
Okay, just be a penguin.
Yeah, wait, I forgot. This is for Devin.
Pop it. Twist it.
Pull it. No, never mind.
It was on a knee. It was on a knee. Calm down. Thank you to Tripod's Garage. It's very generous. Devin, I'm super excited for you, like with this product. It must be really rewarding to see it out in the wild. Obviously, it's brought a lot of joy to a lot of families. And I know that my kids in particular were very disappointed that I didn't have an adequate brown for the tree. So I went on Printed Solid like literally last week or 2 weeks ago and got official tree brown. So I had a good brown. I have a ton of colors and stuff, but brown was not.
Right. I have the same problem.
Yeah, it was kind of more rare filament. I have like kind of some tan but not a good proper tree brown. So now I do, thanks to Printed Solid, and thanks to you to motivating that purchase. So now my kids can be happy that we have a proper base. But tell us more about the contest too, and how you've involved the public in getting doing enhancements to the whole thing.
Sure, yeah. So I'm always trying to like engage people. Of course, that's like the real main purpose of my channel is to get viewers into 3D printing or design or like become design thinkers. So while most of the competitions I've done on My Mini Factory require people to print something out or at least 3D model something, I wanted to come up with something for this that anyone could join. So I came up with the Tippy Tree skin design competition, where people would basically just have a template on a piece of paper of the tree base, and they could redesign or reimagine what that might look like. And then I would model out the winning designs. So that's the one I teased over here. Whoops.
Oh, wait. There
Tippy
you go.
tree,
Yeah.
which is so cool, especially with this, to plug the thing I'm working on as well as the cool gray recycled PETG filament that I teamed up with Rich at Greengate 3D to come up with. He was already making recycled PETG, which is so awesome. And then, we developed this really lovely gray I'm obsessed with. And yeah, so we got the tiki tree, and I wish I had the leaky hydrant as well. There's a little fire hydrant version as well that won, which was that was my personal favorite that I voted for. And
thanks,
animation.
dude. We got a Tippy Tree Tippy tip from Mike, aka Fix 'em Dude. Thank you for your generosity there. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mike. I know the video you did recently with the Tippy Tree, the hydrant. When you do those, the animations, is that like stop animation?
Yeah, stop motion. So
it is stop.
Hundreds and hundreds of photos. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like do, and if
That's
you haven't
one
seen
of
that,
those
jump
things.
on. Oh,
Sorry, I was gonna say that's another one of those things that started when I was 12 years old with my parents' first camcorder. I would literally just start and stop the record button over and over again and make like Hot Wheels animations.
You ever do the Legos? Legomation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of that too. That's awesome.
I had the official like Lego stop motion product they had for a while, which is really cool.
I was just gonna say, everybody has like supercomputers in their hands, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And there are so many cool apps. My wife uses one for things she does, and there's so many cool apps that you take all these pictures right in the app. It'll lace it together. You can add your sound effects, your everything right in the app now. And like you said, you're on a camcorder, and you're like, stop, go. So that's so cool, man.
Yeah, who knows? Like 20 years from now, I guess everyone's just gonna be projecting their like brain waves. It's gonna be real cool.
So David Wilson asked, how many files are in the download? I'm assuming he meant Tippy Tree download.
Yeah, Tippy Tree. It's funny. It used the actual Tippy Tree is just like square edges. So the zip file was maybe like less than a megabyte. But then, of course, I had to go and add the winning skin design competitions, which upped the file size. But gosh, discrete number of files, I'm actually not sure. But there's dozens of them, I would say. but I designed the game to be very simple from the outset. So it was like literally just 4 parts that you would need to play the basic game. But like I explained in my last Tippy Tree video, now that it's a 3D printing game primarily, there's no reason not to have all sorts of files out there for people to customize it however they want. Yeah.
And I saw it looks like there's already expansion kits, and I mean you've really created the basis of a really fantastic ecosystem here that can just grow over time.
So I have a good one for you. Is there anything around you in the immediate area that you could show us, and talk about for a few minutes that might be like laying around?
Sure.
HotMakes exclusive time. Come on, give us something nobody's seen.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I'm definitely like all over the place right now doing so many different projects. Not to say they're not cool projects, but here's one that I've already shared my game controller because I laser cut the panel here. I'm not sure I talked about these little grip covers yet, but I 3D printed some flexible filament grip covers.
Oh, awesome.
So I am doing some experimenting with different flexible filaments. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to mention these ones behind me, but this one right here is actually made from used car tires. So that's,
yeah. That'd be cool to see.
That's I think Ninja Flex They have like a experimental side company, and they partnered with Michelin. And that's me saying too much probably. But anyways.
No. So the controller, do you have that still in front of you there?
Yes.
So the controller, I love that you cut that out for one. You must have modeled that, right? You created I'm guessing the vector file, and then I saw that you cut it out on your LaserBox Pro. Did you already have the template, or did you make that?
Right. So that's one thing that unfortunately I wasn't going to throw into that video because it was already ridiculously long. But basically, the controller originally had like a glued down, plasticky kind of template. So I literally peeled that off, stuck it on my flatbed scanner, and that gave me a perfect reference.
Oh, that's
so I traced that out, and first try. Well, actually, what I was going to show here is, speaking of teasers, I've also replaced one of the triggers here. I'm trying to show off more of how 3D printing can be used to extend the life of products. I know that a lot of people like to harp on the fact that we're creating more plastic crap, which is true to a sense, but there's also a lot of good that can come from it. Like this controller that would have been dead already. I'm going to keep playing Rocket League and see what I break next. So I'll probably replace each part of this controller little by little.
That opens up some interesting modding opportunities as well. I know Uncle Jesse. I don't know if you've seen Clayton. You're probably familiar with him.
Steering wheel thing, right?
Yeah, he had the steering wheel mod, and there's so many great expansions to existing product that make them last longer. And
on top of that, just like having something be customized, you value it more too. So that kind of forces people to hold on to things longer instead of getting a new colored controller like shipped over to them.
Yeah, I love that. It really is what makes our hobby or like so much fun. Do I go out to Amazon and buy a battery case, or do I print one that Clockspring made? This kind of thing. Yeah, it's extra plastic, but this thing's going to be around forever on my desk with batteries. Speaking of brown, would that work for the tree?
That's a great brown.
That's what is that? Printed solid neon brown.
It's like a mahogany or cherry wood. I don't know.
It's a fine brown. Yeah, and to your point, Jim, too. It's when you have things, and I guess Devin just made this point too. But it's like when you have things that are visually more unique, you cherish them more. It's a good conversation starter. A lot of the time, I'm always looking. It's still we've been 3D printing for so long, and yet we forget that a good amount of the public still doesn't really have any experience with 3D printing and so having those great tangible pieces that you can show off, like here, this is why this is useful, this is why it's unique, really helps like drive the point home for people and get new people into the space.
Yeah, I joke that I'm literally like replacing the whole house with one 3D printed part at a time, and soon I'll just be living in a plastic home. But
3D printed house.
You just get a 3D printed house. There you go.
You get excited about things that you would never normally like have any attachment towards. Like I printed a backsplash for the water dispenser on the refrigerator. Now every time I grab water from the fridge, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Wait. Newsflash. Right, I'm getting it in my ear right now.
Oh, here he goes again.
David Randolph's with us. He says this neon brown glows under black light. I mean,
maybe there's a reason it's called what it's called, Jim.
Does
it work? Does it work?
Yeah, I can see it. It's glowing.
It's not working, David. Get a refund. That's cool. It's UV sensitive. It is neon brown, huh?
There you go. Wow. I did not know that. So thank you for that, David. I love this stuff. I'm running it on one of the Jesse PLAs on my CR30 too. But I know we've been talking a ton, and we could probably go on another 2 hours with you, but we have some HotMakes today. Are you going to stick around to check out some HotMakes?
Yes, I was most excited for HotMakes because I spend way too much time dealing with my own projects. I can't wait to see what everyone else has been working on.
Well, good.
Nice.
We got you covered then, my friend.
Yes, we do. So let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into some HotMakes.
So,
All right. So hot.
what do
Caleb
you
is
think
the
of our bumper
mastermind.
there, Devin? It's pretty cool, right? It looks like a Ford commercial, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I need one of those. I need
Ford or a
I need
commercial?
more fire.
Yeah.
Some Ford.
Hey, we could loan you our Caleb. He does that for us.
He's very good.
I'm sure he would be geeked out to make a bumper for you.
Yeah.
So the first. Oh, go ahead. I just saw Geary pop in. What's up, Geary?
Oh no, when we're in this screen, I pull myself up. So if I show any comments, it doesn't go over the guest's face. Yeah.
Very
Oh.
thoughtful, Gary. Very see, look,
thoughtful.
he's proactive. It's our AI is very
Yeah.
proactive now.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll start with the only torture toaster we're going to show today. And I say that
What?
because next week, we're going to do all torture toasters all day because
That's a
of the
lot of
contest we're doing. And Joel is going to be with us. So we're going to save it. But this one right here is from Chris at Chrissy Fabrications. He did it in 270% scale on the Ender 5 Plus. And he used Filament 1 filament, which is some really nice filament. You can
That's a lot of damage.
yeah, he puts it next to a helmet that he printed right here. So to give you an idea, this one in my screen is 225%, and his is 270%. So
that's really hard to
mean-
tell. He doesn't have an official HotMakes banana for scale. You got to put a banana next. I don't know how big that helmet is. We don't know.
You
He
want a
could be-
banana?
he could be yanking our chain.
yeah, he probably was.
It could be a very tiny workbench.
I don't know either. I just know that I'm guessing to fit over Chris's head, it's got to be big.
Could be.
I hate to
But
say that,
anyways,
everyone, but I've already teamed up with one of those house printing companies, so I'm getting a giant toaster printed in Coachella Valley right now. So I think
Yes.
that $50 or $25 is mine.
He wants,
heard it.
He wants
You heard
that
it
50.
here. It's a $50 gift card from Thangs, and I tell you what, you do it, we'll come and feature it live on the show and give you that gift card in person.
Yeah,
That'll
super
totally
cool.
cover the cost of the
we press
concrete.
the trigger, and then it becomes a 2-story house.
Giant concrete
Yeah.
toast.
Yes.
You guys
Just
are
I
when
on.
you
want to see
thought-
the gears work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's to unlock the doors, so it actually opens the additions of the house.
It's like
No.
the
Oh,
yeah.
vault. And then you get crushed under the weight of it as it flips down.
It starts like a transport crate, like one of those those big crates that people buy and turn into houses.
Oh.
Hey, that's a real idea
container.
right there.
Container. Yeah. Very nice.
The shipping container. There you go. As long as it's not stuck in the canal. Anyways, what do we got?
Too soon, Jim. Too soon.
Yeah. It's free now. It's free. Let's see. This is one that
For
I think
now.
you. Oh yes, you tagged this one.
Yes.
I'll let you talk
Yes.
about this. Go
The
ahead.
Tyrannosaurus. I don't know. Is it mean to make fun of a Tyrannosaurus with an overbite? I was dying laughing because we have an inside joke in my family about a poor kid named Tham. And it was a joke. Was like, hey, if I ever had a kid, I'm gonna name him Tham, Tham, and everybody's gonna think, oh, he's got this cute list, but no, his name is really Tham. And anyway, this reminded me of that. I think it's an awesome
love
print.
it.
It's a great multi-material. I just got a kick out of it.
So fun.
What do you think, Devin? Have you seen this before?
I haven't, and I'm instantly in love. I mean,
He's
it
in love with
speaks
him.
to me as someone who grew up with an overbite. This speaks to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, oh, that's so good.
So
That's
Wexter,
Was that printed on
Wexter
a
is the
pallet?
creator. What's that?
It must have been printed on a pallet or the.
I
Prusa.
think he did do a pallet, or was it a MMU? But there is a decent sized purge block behind it.
Yeah.
I didn't see if it was pallet or MMU, but obviously a multi-material. Here's what I love. So Wexter is a prolific designer, has made all kinds of stuff, brought the mini Joel, all the little mini figurines and stuff like that. But I love that he shows kind of a different side with this, getting away from his minis, and he's got tons of other designs and stuff out there too. But good on you, Wexter. Keep up the good work.
Soon to be the mini Jim from Edge of Tech, also known as Sigourney Weaver. But,
I do like that suggestion. Turn it into a bottle opener.
Yeah, that is a
Yes,
good one.
yes.
Practical printing. Always looking for that practical use.
So, when you're done here, when everybody's done here, go to Instagram if you have it and look up Tuna the dog and find the official page. It is the cutest dog that has a huge overbite like this.
Tuna?
And to me, his name is Tuna. But to me, it looks just like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. And we love the pictures. He's the cutest dog, and he travels all around before COVID and stuff. But anyways, we'll keep moving. But yeah, check it out, Tuna the dog. It's on Instagram. He's famous.
Famous.
All right. Next, Ethan's dad did some MMU or he tagged some MMU from Barry Webb.
Speaking of Wexter.
Yeah, some mini vision. So I did the single color, but not this. This is awesome.
Man, are we going for a Wexter trifecta this week? Wait, he's two for two right here. Look at that crotch support too. Very important. I like that they used the purge so they weren't wasting any plastic there. Purge tower crotch support. Very important.
We'll call it the purge crotch. All right. No, I love it. I love this model. Like I said, I did the single on my Prusa Mini, and this is sweet. I wish I need to get an MMU or isn't there a new is it palette coming out?
I'm excited. So it's the worst kept secret in the world. There's something new coming tomorrow. Yeah. So stay tuned. And I got something interesting on that front too. So, but yep, tomorrow's the big day for that announcement. Not going to steal that thunder, but really looking forward to that one. This is an awesome print. I love the cape. Devin, have you gotten into WandaVision at all? Have you seen it?
No, I only have Netflix still. I'm in
the same boat. I haven't seen it. I want to.
You should.
It's worth it.
Thanks.
Jim says it's worth it.
All right. What do we got next? Max. Oh man. So Max grabbed his CR30, the print mill, and made this. Check that out. Many Christmas. This thing is awesome. And the way he actually showed some pictures of it while it was printing, it was so cool. He printed it all the way over to one side on the print mill, and he did just a phenomenal job. It splices right down the center. Right,
okay.
Right
yeah, that's super daring to have the center seam like that. Any peeling will show up, but so clean. I mean, that thing should be called the sword printer.
It is a very popular use for it. Yeah.
I think I got it. Let's see if we can. He's done.
And that's his design, right? Or is that from a game? I didn't see.
That was from a game, I believe. Here, there you go.
Oh wow.
That's how he printed.
Oh, so is it 4 pieces or is it just flat on
it must be 4 pieces.
Well, it's 2 pieces.
But he doesn't have support on the backside. You don't think that's flat under there, and then he did the other?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it'd have to be on that. That's how it'd have to print. It probably is 4 pieces.
And this photo is 15 hours in, so it's probably an 80-hour total thing.
Good amount of PLA there too. He's got a lot of plastic. I like it. That's a sweet design. Well
nice
done,
work.
Max.
And it is. Let's see. It's a Soul Edge. Let's see. Does it say down here? Soul Caliber. There you go. It's for a game.
I'd love to see the modeling process of that. That thing looks wild.
Right? I love the face.
I love the
you
Iron,
see the face
Iron
in
Maiden
it,
shirt.
on that? That's crazy. It's 4 pieces. Yeah.
It's nice. All right, so nice job, Max. That's phenomenal. He's been doing some awesome stuff there. What do we got next? Proximity Studios.
I love this one.
This was tagged. Levels. This might be my favorite of the week.
You nominating for HotMakes of the week here? You think so?
I am. Uh-oh.
What happened to it?
It did not like full screen is what
Got
happened.
a little dark. You got a little dark. It's loading. Well, while I'm
loading.
This is an interesting play on a U-joint kind of thing. Hopefully you can get the video context of it. Here we go. So I hadn't actually seen this before, and I had asked him, like, this is super cool. I love watching it work, but, like, what is it for, right? Because, I was assuming like, okay, you're trying to translate rotational energy to linear, but it's not like you can't push on one side and have it rotate and push on the other. So it's more of a U-joint design, and I guess those little columns in the center are just to help the rotational translation. But really, really nifty. I'd never heard of that particular thing. It's got a name. If you scroll to the top.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the
Koenig
metal version of it before. It popped up on Reddit where I do most of my research. And I'm glad someone printed this because I was definitely thinking, oh, someone should print that. And I never got around to it. So I love it when it gets done anyways.
Sure enough.
It looks like the STL files are out there if you wanted to check them out. And I love it. It's cool. It's functional in some capacity, right?
Can we?
I'd love to see it put to use somehow, like some crazy RC car or something.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know what filament that is, but shout out to that filament. That is beautiful.
Yeah,
yes.
It looks like one of those rainbow transition style.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I love it.
Good Lord.
All right, what do we got next? Let's see. I think.
Oh, that was bossy. That was a little bossy. Did you see that? Put this on HotMakes.
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of Uncle Jesse, he tagged this one. Let's see. This was.
I just saw this.
Said he's learned so much in the last months doing these dyno projects. I'm going to print 2 of these bad boys, locking horns. And basically, I mean, I just got to pull up the picture. This is awesome. I mean,
that's a fine looking Triceratops right there, if I do say so.
Look at the detail in the skin.
Gosh. Look at that underbelly. Amazing.
Nobody move a muscle.
How is Devin? How is your painting skills?
Not this good.
No? Have you done airbrushing? Have you done any model painting?
I haven't had the like super fine airbrushes. In my laser video I showed off like I have one of the larger ones for like more for coating pieces, but this kind of stuff is pretty incredible.
Isn't it?
No, I'm not at this level.
No. I mean, I like to say I'm a broad strokes maker, mainly because I don't sand. I don't like doesn't sand. Yeah.
Right. I'm always trying to avoid sanding. I'm there with you.
Nice work. What else we got? Another Barry Webb. Here you go.
Oh, this one was
Mystery
awesome.
Machine. it's fold in like print and fold up.
Yeah, Fab 365, like I just love the way his mind works, and I love the foldable design. I think that's such a neat element and another great way to show off something that you can't manufacture any other way. You know, like when you look, same thing with Clockspring, right? A lot of those mechanisms like require 3D printing to actually be fabricated, but he does that combination of the practicality with the design. Obviously, you know, our generation big on Scooby-Doo, and I love the way that it all pieces together. So this wasn't an MMU, right? This is actually kind of more old school puzzle, put it together, but a fun model for sure.
And I really like that because you see the layer lines, you know, it's different pieces of the puzzle that puts together. And you know, like we were talking about no sanding, this is all, you know, printed. You don't have to paint this one. Have you done a Mystery Machine yet?
Me?
Devin?
I haven't. No. I mean, I love all the props and stuff, but I try very hard to like always stick with my own, you know, non-copyright content. Not hating. Like it's fan art. I don't know. It's a weird line. But
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
It's so cool.
That's fair. Yeah, definitely fair. I guess I never really thought of that, but I suppose that could be an issue.
Yeah.
But nice work done on the MK3S. And I mean, Barry Webb is killing it this week, huh?
Yeah, and he does talk about the clip into place model thing. You can't really tell from the if you scroll down. I don't know if you can get those a little bit bigger, but I was intrigued by how if they're just like kind of puzzle piece fit in, or if there's actually like snap fits. I would assume he's got some kind of little. I don't know. There's enough intricacy in that like kind of floral pattern where it seems like it would just stay, but you can see some tabs.
that way.
Where
there's tabs
together.
in there too. Yeah, that's cool. If you've printed this, let us know in the comments or any of these. It looks like a Jeep. Someone's Green Gate 3D did a Jeep. Let us know. Is it all like clip into place, or how's that work?
Yeah, I got to imagine the amount of iterations that he does to get those clicks and I mean, he must have so many versions before he gets the right fitment. It's crazy. Look at that overhang, huh?
Yes. So
no supports.
Dr. Amy Elliott says my 3D printer has magical powers. Now that is a shift.
Yeah.
That's a torture test.
So
how does that even happen, right? You know, like.
Well, I tell you what. I have a video coming pretty quick here that shows this torture toaster. And I didn't realize it until I was filming this past weekend. This actually has 4 layer shifts in it. There's one like right here, one here, one up here. And somehow it must have been catching and shifting. But you can kind of see there's one like right.
The door's still latched. That's interesting. Yeah.
The door's still latched. Yeah. Because they print down, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But
just barely, like that shift didn't obscure it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was just so it's interesting. And I know a lot of people that are trying to print this say as they're printing it, it's going up, something's hitting and causing layer shifts on their toasters. So that'll tell you, are you dialed in, right?
Yeah. I like seeing the hot messes that we feature every once in a while. I think it's important that people see that it's not all perfection online, that we all experience the failures and hopefully it's a good learning experience. So we appreciate it when people share that and can, take a little self-deprecating humor and share it with everybody.
100%.
And it's somehow impressive in its own way.
It's beautiful. I mean, it seemed just so locked too. Like it didn't do the little teeter at the end. It's just like, oh, I'll just keep going over here now.
I love when we see stuff like that. The spaghetti is always crazy, but the layer shifts, you always get crazy ones, and that was one of my favorites I've seen.
Yeah.
All right, so if you've not signed up to win, we're going to do that in about 1 minute, 2 minutes here. So this is last chance. Grab the link from all the chat's been blowing it up all night. It's in the description of the video. You need to log in or at least register on the Google Doc so you can win. Right now we have 101 people signed up, and I know we have more than that watching. So 151 people watching currently. So there's at least 50 people that have not done that yet, and you have to be present to win. So this is your time. We definitely appreciate Devin being here. We're going to let some people sign in here. Do you have anything else, Pooch? Do you want to rant at the very end, or you want to do it now while we're waiting?
I've been
I know you're fired up about it.
So long, Jim, and this one just really gets my craw, if that's a thing. I brought visual aids,
That's a good delayed.
Yeah, delayed
nice.
thing. But let's do it. Let's rant real quick, and then we'll do a giveaway. I got to get this off my chest.
All right.
Who rants?
This one is fresh. It happened just today, and it's something that you guys have all probably experienced at some point. You've seen me tweet about. I love to complain about my delivery experiences with Amazon, but this one takes the cake. I'm pretty sure my UPS guy is just trolling me at this point because this is just maddening. I'm going to show you this right here. I brought a visual aid. I came home to this today, okay? The guy left the box in the middle of my driveway, so I can't even pull into the garage. It's like this is my porch here, okay? That's 10 feet that way. You can put it up here by the bush. You can put it, I would rather he left it up on the street, frankly. I'm like, why would you go out of your way to leave it right there? That's absolutely insane. And so, look, before I've gotten mad and I kind of called out Amazon, but this time instead of putting blame where it's due, because sometimes UPS delivers for Amazon or USPS, I checked it out. This one is my good UPS buddy friend here, and I tell you, if I ever catch him doing this, I'm gonna run out there and kick him in his inappropriately tiny brown shorts, man. This is insane. So not only does it, and then he loves it. His favorite thing is when it's raining. I swear to God, he just want to like leave it like just right where it's not under. I have a covered porch for Christ's sake. But just put it by the door, man. Walk the extra 10 feet and do your job.
I'm
so good.
Looks like he didn't want to step into the shade there. He was just enjoying the sunlight too much.
I know. Thankfully, this isn't my edible arrangement, just cooking in the sun, right? You know?
Pooch.
My Easter cake.
I'm starting to think your UPS guy watches HotMakes.
I think he might, and he's trolling me at this point. I'm gonna catch him one of these days. I'm gonna run out there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start running after that brown truck, lobbing things in his open door, you know, as he drives by.
I'm gonna start sending stuff to you and write like on the box to leave it in crazy spots.
Please place on roof.
Yeah. That'd be so good. All right, so I am officially copying the names right now, and we are gonna do a giveaway. Have you watched any of our giveaways, Devin?
I have.
Yes.
I haven't won any. I don't know. I have.
He hasn't won.
I didn't think I have
everyone trying to win.
He's trying to win. So good.
That's dedication.
Yeah. You know you're dedicated when you have like hush hush filament back here, but you're trying to win the $50 Amazon gift card from Thangs to buy more. All right, here we go. So
spin that wheel.
All right, you guys can see the wheel, right?
I see it.
All right,
it's got to load. It's got to load all the names. Let's see how many slivers we've got today. Oh, that's not bad. I've seen like load the wheel of fish before, and it's like everybody has like a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. All right, for the $50 gift card to Amazon. Today's winner. Come on, Devin. Devin Montez, is it? Panoxis.
Let us know you're in the chat. You got to be present to win. So let us know in the chat if you're here.
That's a name right there. Panoxis. Noxis. Not gonna mention that name again.
Yes, I see.
There
yes.
It is.
Nice. Congratulations. I'll get your info over to the group over at Thangs, and we'll get you a $50 Amazon gift card. Congratulations.
Noxis is our winner this week.
Yeah.
Wow, was that not exciting, Devin? I mean, come on, man. I see just how pumped you were, and you're a little disappointed, though. I see some sadness in your eyes.
I know. I signed in from like 50 different accounts and still nothing.
He's got the Bangladeshi click farm working hard, and he stored it again.
I was the Noxis without the P.
Oh, darn it.
Like with the K, Kenoxis. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
There's silent.
But before we bail, I tell you what, we really appreciate you being here. Tell everybody where we can find you, what you do one more time, and why we need to come watch you, because everybody needs to be watching you.
Oh man, yeah. Find my YouTube channel. It's just Make Anything. That's what it's called, and as such, you never know what I'll make. So you have to watch, because it just might be exactly what you need in your life.
It could be anything. It could be anything.
Literally.
Devin, thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure. Hang out in the green room, grab another margarita. We'll catch you after the show.
Yeah, where do I find those?
I've
been searching.
They're in the back. Go.
Okay. Go. It was so fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man.
And we definitely appreciate it. Like, hang out. Don't go anywhere after the stream. We want to talk to you, off air for HotMakes after hours. No,
yeah. You wish you guys could see that.
Yeah, I'll get the Bop It costume on for you guys.
Yes.
Virtual.
Giggity.
Let me go full screen. Hang on. But thank you again. Thank you for being here. Everybody else, thank you guys for joining us. Another great week of HotMakes. If you want to find us, don't forget, hit up Twitter, #HotMakes. We'll find you. We'll feature your stuff. Next week, Joel Telly, 3D Printing Nerd, will be with us. So stay tuned for that. In 2 weeks, John from Practical Printing.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Not practical printing, proper printing.
Proper printing.
Practical printing.
Yeah, sorry
I don't know
about
if you've seen John. We've been doing the Netherlands circuit. We had Willow 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. John coming up. Devin, you got to check this guy out because he's a mechanical genius. So look forward to that one.
John for proper printing. I know he's watching, so he's probably like screaming at. But thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week, and have a great night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Later.
I've been 3D printing for years, and it still just seems like magic. It's just such an awesome opportunity to just create and explore things. It's a toaster.
This is the Clockspring HotMakes Torture Toaster.
I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen anything like it. I don't know if another toaster out there.
About 3D printing. I mean, where would you possibly do something like this otherwise?
When I say hot,
you say makes.
Hot.
Makes?
Hot.
What? Makes?
Good night, everyone.